All right, so this was a very important day in terms of our democracy. Now remember, the Independent Electoral Commission appointed Moseneke to lead a commission to look into this issue, whether the elections could be free and fair in October. To discuss, we're joined by the former chairperson of the Electoral Commission, that's Dr. Brigalia Bam. Doctor, thank you for being with us tonight. This was democracy versus health and safety. What do you think of the findings announced today?
I think it's excellent, very excellent report, and I really would like to congratulate Justice Moseneke and his team for this work they have done, not only because of the decision that they reached, which I am very delighted about, but also the consultations and a lot of what I would refer to as background education, which most of us don't have on the Constitution and on the legislation that is related to the running of the elections. I think that it has given us as a nation a space of time, because we are going through, in any case, we're going through such difficult times as voters in this country, and for us to have another anxiety that will come through of what the voters and the staff members working will be exposed to. So at least that anxiety for a while, we are off it. And I appreciate very much all the considerations that they did. And we're talking of a postponement. I think people get very anxious. So there is no violation at all of the Constitution. It's a postponement in which we are accommodating, as some other parts of the world have had to do, the situation which we are facing, which has never really taken any country by it. So those people, obviously, who drew up our Constitution, which is something that is sacred in this country, maybe to call it sacred is an exaggerated way, but we want and believe in the rule of law and fully understand that this particular situation is something that makes it important for us to put importance of people's lives as well as being the rule of law.
Doctor,
and so I am very happy that this is happening. At least it will give time to voters and to the staff who have to manage elections a bit of space to be able to plan again and hope that all the processes of the vaccination, at least that important phase of our work in this country, will be completed.
Doctor, so you are delighted, some are disappointed, and one of the arguments has been that this is about democracy, that local government has not been performing well, and there should be a chance for voters to take action and hold poor performing politicians to account. But I guess what you're saying is that the impetus here is still to do it as soon as possible.
Yes, indeed, as soon as possible. This is a postponement. And what I don't fully understand is why people are too upset. It's not a postponement because of something that we have control over. We do not have control over what is happening in the world with COVID-19. We are losing a lot of lives. And so we have to consider that and be able as a people to know what are the most important things that we have to do, because this is a postponement. And it is important that, yes, we go through to election, it is democracy. There is no guarantee anyway that when the elections have taken place, we are going to get people who are coming on board from political parties who will be doing a better job than what we are experiencing now. So after all, it is the parties, the same parties, that, and some of them are upset, who are going to decide on the individuals who must take over the responsibility of running whatever has to be done, whether you are talking of going to parliament. In this case, we are talking of the local government elections. I don't think that the time of the elections is going to solve a lot of problems that we have with local government. I don't believe it, that at the time is going to make it. It's not a violation, it's a postponement. And there was a lot of background information that was given on the timetable and on the legislation. And I'm glad that this was done, because it gave people an opportunity to understand all the processes and procedures that happen when people are planning elections. That he did extremely well, and really gave a lot of what I would refer to as background education also to all the listeners who are not necessarily all familiar with the laws and even with the Constitution. I don't see any violation in this. I am sorry.
All right. Thank you for your time tonight, Doctor. That's Dr. Brigalia Bam, former Chief Electoral Officer in South Africa. So she knows what is entailed in preparing for elections like this.